Hello, lovely people. My name's Andy Woolley, and in this video, we're going to look at my roundup of my affiliate sites during the month of August 2021. Now, as some of you may be familiar, and those that are new to the channel won't be, there are three caveats here that make this slightly different to everyone else. First and foremost, I work full time. So between my teaching and between my private clients, my Mondays to Fridays are full. So all this work is done in my spare time, evenings and weekends. So it gives you an idea from a standing position to earning an income online. If I can do it, you can certainly do it as well. The second one then is that basically all this work is undertaken by myself. Now, I have used content writers previously, but for the sake of, I guess, transparency more than anything, I've decided that going forward, I want to do it for myself within a controlled budget. And that's the third caveat. I do it within a budget of £250 per month. So that way, then you can emulate something so similar, and you can see genuinely by playing this series back how the money has grown by putting the time and the effort in as a side hustle, as it were. So let's jump over onto the computer screen so you can see my affiliate marketing for August 2021. Currently, I'm running 4 sites. The main one is in the gardening niche. We're in month 5 on this one. And as you can see, comparing the search visitors from this month to last month, you can see there's been a sizable increase. We've doubled the number of clicks, which is fantastic. You can see that the number of users has gone up massively from 89 users to 429. Fantastic. So even though I'm out of season, and this will have a direct correlation onto how much I'm earning, it's great to see that the audience is building ahead of when I will gain more money, knowing that my season is mainly March and April. As I said, it's in the gardening niche, a very specific area within the gardening niche. Tasks completed this month. Now, I have not done, and obviously August being a holiday month as well, I've not done as much as I would like to have done, but there's rhyme and reason for that, as is most things in life. More so because I've done a little bit more of editing, housekeeping, optimizing, making sure it's more optimized for mobile. So trying to do some of that due diligence outside of just writing content for the sake of it, trying to make sure that the user experience, the UX, is presented that little bit better to you, the reader. So I've only managed to do 12,000 words across 5 new posts and 3 buyer's guides. You'll see there I've put in the brackets technical 4,000 to 5,000 words. Those buyer's guides are difficult to write. There's no two ways about it. There's very limited information on the internet for me to research. So it does involve me going a little bit further and deeper to get the information. But in doing so, I do genuinely believe that those particular buyer's guides have more value to convey to the reader and therefore are better. And in doing so, writing something better will ensure that they'll rank higher as well. And I'm already seeing the good guns of that actually happening. I've also got 15,000 words unpublished because I've got a little bit of like structure within the back end of the website. It's a WordPress website, which isn't ready to be, pushed to the front and published. Needs a bit of polishing. So that's something I need to concentrate on and get done. And also I'm still going through Ezoic's Leap. It's slowly being cached, but you can see under there, I've taken a GT metrics result, and it needs some work. So there is a plan of action for September 2021 in order to tackle this. Moving on, as you can see, just being as open and transparent as possible. The content plan there, I've got a total of 206,000 words on there through 106 posts, 31 specific posts. Obviously, I can't reveal the name of that because it would give you the idea of what the whole website is about, because I use ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, in order to separate them out in the back end of WordPress. I have 8 buyer's guides on there at the moment, and those I'm going to start padding out because they are my monetary pages by all accounts. So the content plan is always trying to achieve 35 posts per month, 2 buyer's guides per month, and 4 insight articles per month as well. Now, those insight articles, again, are very technical. They tend to take me anywhere from 2 2 hours to a full day to write just a single one. So you can see that that's not easy to do when you're giving up a day on a weekend and doing it around a 9 to 5. But you know what? Investing, if you don't invest into what you want to achieve, you're never going to get something out of it. So I'm always happy when I've got to the end and I've pressed the publish button, but it takes a lot to get there. And I've got quite a few, well, I've got dozens of those still to write, because it's surprising how much of this information is not on the internet with some of the stalwart websites that are out there. So again, it's a great opportunity for me just to keep pushing hard and heavy and then see the results from it. And I'll show you some of those stats in a minute so you can see exactly we're on that right journey. So some of the upcoming tasks I've got planned is I'm going to strip out Elementor. I love Elementor and I'm a big fan of it. I have been for a number of years. I use it on numerous websites, not just my affiliate sites, but also personal websites and client websites. But as part of a social experiment, and more so because it's running through Ezoic, I'm going to strip it out and I'm going to build it with Gutenberg. So that'll be interesting. That is one of my to-dos for September, and that will obviously take some time away from the content, but increasing the speed will hopefully increase my ranking and therefore hopefully my earning potential when it comes to Ezoic. I've also got a plan of action. I'm on 106 posts at the moment. When I reach 150 posts, I'm also going to commence some PPC. Now there is a sound rhyme and reason for this. I have already just carried out an experiment on one of my personal websites, and I run a PPC campaign there, and it literally gave me 1,000% uptake. So I'm going to run this on this particular gardening niche one when I feel it's ready, and that way then I'll see the direct correlation between my PPC and my organic rankings, and that way then I'll see more traffic come to the site. You've got to spend money to make money. That's the premise I'm going to come from. I will record some of this where I can without giving the domain name away yet, because there is no competition per se for what I'm writing, so I don't want to have copycats out there for the moment. But it'll be interesting to show you then how I choose my PPC campaign in order to push hard and heavy. I also have some service location pages I'm going to do as well, and there's a rhyme and reason for that, because I'm also going to create a lead generation page. There is the ability to sell leads through this site, and I believe that that could be my biggest earner in the future, besides Amazon, Ezoic, and then the leads. And that way then you're really harnessing the power of what an affiliate site could be. Who knows? It's all experimental, but at the end of the day, I'd rather do something and see it go to nothing than do nothing, and that guarantees one result. So stay with me. Hopefully, you know, if you've got any comments or questions you'd like to ask, leave them in the descriptions below and I'll come back to you. But again, I'm starting to see the wins, so I know I'm moving in the right direction. With that said, let's move on to that. Let's look at the statistics and the monies. So here we are in month 5. Out of the Google sandbox, so that way then I know it's starting to rank. You can see the domain authority has already started climbing, which is fantastic, because I do really want to get this to be an authority site in time, with hundreds of articles on there, maybe even potentially hundreds of buyer's guides on there, and definitely hundreds of the articles that are specific to the insight on this particular niche. The posts you can see are steadily rising, but I want to do them at least a minimum of 35 posts per month, so exponentially they're increasing, and they may, you know, ebb and flow. I may be able to do more or less depending on what my workload is in a month. When it comes obviously to March and April of next year, I'll make sure I try and ramp it up before that, so they're all ranking in a comfortable position to gain me as much traffic as possible and then convert to money. I'm also using SEMrush, great SEO tool, really, really strong when it comes to keywords. So I'm using that for my analysis of my keywords. And also, I mean, you could use Ubersuggest, you can use lots of different tools out there. Keyword Chef, what was the one? I've forgotten, it's left me, it'll come back to me. I'll put it in the description below. But there are many, many tools to keep track of your keywords. For me, I've been an avid user of SEMrush for almost 10 years. So using one tool as your benchmark gives you some sort of consistency. So I can see I'm steadily increasing that. Now, the next column is looking at it from the traffic in the UK only. Now, it's not to say I don't rank for traffic in the US. I do, and pretty much on par. But the whole of this website, when I did my initial research, was aimed for the UK market first and foremost. So I know that that's the one that will give me the highest, return on investment. And I've seen that when I look at the next column, which is the traffic value. Excuse me. And that is much, much higher in the UK than it is in the US, because that mirrors the intent of how I planned out the site to start with. So that's comforting to see that increasing. The next column, Amazon. Woohoo! I earned my first commission. $1.54. Fantastic. Now, the only downside to that is it took almost the 3 months to get there. And literally days after earning the commission, Google took my account away. Sorry, Amazon took my account away. But I'm not worried about that. I built it back. Hats off and credit to Alex Cooper. I followed his video, reset the links, and I only did the long links, thank goodness. Thank you, Alex, for that insight. Always remember to do the long links within your Amazon linking out for the affiliate links. So I'm not too worried about that, but it's a case of I converted those quite quickly. They're all alive and active again, and we'll see that hopefully now start building up month on month. I'm pretty confident within September I'll make those 3 sales comfortably and actually see it exponentially grow from that point on. As I say, I've been pushing hard and heavy into the buyer's guides. I've got a column there, they're ready for the lead generation, but that'll come in time. And then the next 3 cover everything on Ezoic. So they give me the figures for the number of people coming to the site. Now, it differs ever so slightly from SEMrush, and it also differs ever so slightly from what Google Analytics tells me. But again, it's nice to have a look at this correlation between what it says is true and what is not. More importantly, all that really matters is I'm seeing the numbers going up. It's early days. The devil's not in the detail yet. It's just a case of seeing it month on month increase. I'm happy, even out of season, I can see it growing. The earnings also increase, which had a nice, direct correlation to the number of people who visited. That was my highest in any month so far, $3.41. But the EPMV, that's obviously down. It's fluctuating, but it's down. As I said, it's out of season. That might, go up in time, but I'm not too worried about that. It's let's grow the audience. That's all that really matters. But for this transparency, this journey, for those that are already on this and following me will see this in month 5, but those who are playing these videos back, you will get to see how this progresses over time. And I wanted to give you as honest a start, a reflection from it, from going from ground zero to wherever giddy heights I hopefully end up. You can see what is attainable. So as I've already mentioned, I work within a set budget of £250. That budget is across all 4 affiliate sites. It's not just the one, it is all 4. It is working within a genuine constraint of what is achievable. This is based on my time and effort going in equals to the rewards that come out. Yes, I can pay for a VA, and yes, I can pay for content writers. I have done that in the past. I'm happy to do that again, but I want for the genuine authenticity of this journey planning and using it as in my YouTube channel, I want to demonstrate to you that I'm doing it genuinely within that budget. So that covers everything from my hosting, my domain names, my Dreamstime account, which obviously then allows me copyright images, my Microsoft, which obviously gives me my PowerPoint, my Excel, my Word, my AI tools, and I'm using 3 of those at the moment: Jarvis in the boss mode, Article Forge, and Quillbot. I'll be doing videos on separate ones of those for the website number 3, which is spicesplate.com. But I will be changing those over time because I want to see which ones really connect with the niche that I'm writing, and also to see whether they suit my style of going in and using the tool to aid me, not replace my content writing, but to aid me to get the results I'm after. So there's some sort of context for you to understand. So that's site number 1. Hopefully that'll be one of my main earners given time, but it's moving in the right direction. And yahoo, I earned my first commission off Amazon. Right, website number 2. Happy to tell you the domain on this one is Insight Before Action. This is my professional website, which reflects the years that I've been working as a digital marketer. Now, I can cut this short and sweet in one one slide by all accounts. I've done nothing this month. I just didn't have the time, to be honest. There is a plan of action. Again, I want to strip out Elementor and put Gutenberg in there because I want to move it onto Ezoic. I've yet to set it up there. I will add that into the upcoming tasks. The content plan with this one is to add about 15 posts a month. Some of those will be in-depth and based on my knowledge, and others then will be very general to what the subject matter is about, which is SEO, digital marketing, data, and content writing. I've currently got 61 posts on there, a total of 108 published words. So it's got a long way to go because I don't see this one being a big money earner for me. This is more something that's personal to my heart, just to basically to reflect the knowledge I've got. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I teach. So I'm going to use this in time to develop maybe some courses and maybe some membership on there. And we'll see how that goes. That might be a reasonable money earner. I don't know. But it's not a quick win. So just to give you some context there, if you're following this, I don't want you to think, oh, right, I'm going to follow what you're doing. Don't, because this one will take me a couple of years. I'm not looking to earn big, quick. I'm concentrating. What I'm doing is I'm sort of separating into two pots. Sites that I'm going to earn some money off, and if need be, might flip them and, cash in. And then sites I want to grow because they're connected to who I am and what I do, and those will grow over time. This is one of those. So therefore, they will earn me money, but not in the short term. Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded an explanation, but there's a rhyme and a reason for all this sort of stuff. I'm hoping by the end of this year, so I've got another 4 months, September, October, November, and December, to do 100 posts. So I've got 40 posts to do, which is less than the 15 posts anticipated per month, but realistic enough, I hope. That's it in site number 2. Site number 3, again, the domain is very visible. This is the one I bought off Carl Broadbent. This is Spice's Plate. This ties in lovely to actually what I do in the gardening niche, but takes it in a slightly different direction. As you would already see by some of the videos I posted on this one, this is very much an over-the-shoulder approach to how I'm going to build out this website and monetize it. And specifically around 3 main topics: growing, cooking, and medicinal. Medicinal, I think, will probably be the biggest one. So, jump on the videos this month, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to show you some of the ways that I'm going to do that content writing in September. So yeah, briefly just moving through this one. What was achieved? I need to set it up and finish off on Ezoic. I have been recording it, as you can see, on YouTube. The tasks I've completed so far, I've done keyword research on it. I've also done a video on explaining the intent. So I know having a solid strategy will get me where I need to be. This isn't a shot in the dark. This is good planning to get a result. And more importantly, to earn me money. But we're only into month 2, so this is early days. This is all about the planning, the research, then the implementation, and then we can review it and see where we're earning the money. The other thing that was done, and graciously, lots of readers reached out to me and gave me your opinion from the selection of logos that were designed. We've also designed the logo for the site. As you can see there, it's a nice reflection of colours. It really epitomizes the herbs and spices. I like it. Again, one of the videos that's going to be shot now for September will be branding guidelines, looking at our fonts, looking at our colours, looking at our logos or our physical assets, and making sure it's consistent. So when you come on the website, it looks right. Moving on then, content-wise, nothing has changed. I haven't written a single thing on there yet. It is the original posts that Carl put on there. But again, I'm going to strip this one out, and I'm in the process of doing that at the moment, and I'll do that on video so you can see that. Stripping out the Elementor and working with the Gutenberg and Astra theme. It currently has just shy of 10,000 words on there between 10 posts. So, the average being then, you can see the average there, 609 words per post. And again, I'm putting the slide to record the process and the money and the traffic. Actually, the keywords have gone down because no love has been given to it and no new content's gone on there. Like everything, if you don't tend to it, it will fall away. And that's fine. I mean, there's nothing, crying out large here that needs to be retained. We've done all the research. Now we're just going to start. Once I've designed the look and feel, then all I've got to do is I've got the right repository for it. I can just push hard and heavy into content. And that's the key I want to do across all my websites. So this is predominantly an informational site. I'm documenting the journey as much as I can. So again, ask any questions, but it's to give you a genuine, view. And I know there's a couple out there. Alex is doing one now. I know Carl is doing one. Many different affiliate marketers now are starting to get a lot more open about taking a domain and working it from nothing and growing it to something. So from an informational point of view, it's fantastic. You can actually see if I can do it, you can do it. So by the end of 2021, I'm hoping to do 50 new posts on there. So that will bring us up to 60 in total. It's quite an expectation, but 10 posts per month, I don't think that's an impossible ask. By all accounts, I quite like the subject matter because it ties into my next niche, jumping on it, which is a health niche. And what you might have gathered quite quickly here is where I started with one affiliate site and now I've got 4, they're all a little bit interconnected. And there is a rhyme and reason for that, is because I will be doing some backlinking between the sites, which will, for want of a better word, would be like a PBN, a private blog network. That will afford me some ability to prop each one up. And I've done that previously on other websites I've run, and it does make a massive difference. So this one is in the health niche. It is pretty competitive where we are. We're only in month 2. Again, we're moving this on to Ezoic. It's a .tips extension as well. I don't think it makes any difference by having a .com or anything any longer. People are much more about the information than how it's being served up. But the goal here is to be, earn the money through informational ads, nothing else. I might do some Amazon affiliate in time, we will see. But by the end of the year, I want to get up to 450 posts. That's quite a big ask. Again, I'm going to pump in about 35 posts a month on that one. So there is a lot for me to do, hence the reason I need to use the AI tools. But I genuinely give up 2-3 evenings per week and always a day on the weekend. Just to give you some context of how much time I'm putting in there, I'm easily doing, I would say, probably 20 hours plus a week. That gives you an idea of what is required if you want to push hard and heavy and see a return. So let's see some of the details on this one. You can see I have done a bit of content on there. I increased it by, just over 40,000 words. I need to correct the figure there. That's incorrect. I did an additional, just shy about 38 posts altogether, and brought it up to 86,816 words. It's got a long way to go. This I believe could be a very big site in time. There is a lot of information to build. There's a lot of competition out there, but there's also a lot of potential in this one. So this could potentially be one of those sort of mega sites where you put the time and the effort in, it will become an authority site in time, but that's probably 2, 3, 4 years down the road. But there will be money to be earned from it as we go. So some of the tasks to do are add in videos, because I'm not going to shoot videos myself on this. There is a gulf of videos already in this particular niche. I'm going to use those and see how that actually benefits this particular site. And I'm going to begin doing some link building. I have already demonstrated with Link Whisper on the Spices plate. It's a great tool. So yes, I'm going to see how that actually moves me forward. So coming on to the last slide, the monies. Show me the money. So here we have it. We have the breakdown of my income and my expenditure. Also a reminder that this budget is purely worked within a £250 amount every month. That covers the essentials, my hosting, my productivity tools, and my AI tools, because no one else is doing this. I'm not paying for anything else external. I'm just paying for these in order to get the essence going forward. As I've mentioned, it kind of, it's 2-3 evenings a week and 1 full day on the weekend. That's kind of how I'm constructing my time around the Monday to Friday 9 to 5. So that gives you an idea of how you could do it as well, but it probably equates to around about 20 hours a week. So you can see month on month, by compounding the amounts. August, I made a total of $9.20. That's how much has come in. And my expenditure month on month has come to a total of £494.31. Now, I know there is a differentiation here between the dollars and the pounds, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. It's more important you just see the journey, and you can clearly see I'm working in the negative anyway. And I naturally expect to be anywhere up to a 12-month period before we start seeing something sizable across all the 4 sites that combined starts bringing me into the black. That's the plan, and that's what's hoped. But the other important thing to bear in mind as well, and I put it there in red, is the increased value on those websites. And to give you some context on that, I've already taken 2 of the sites and I put them into Empire Flippers, into their costing tool, and both of those came back with somewhere between £2,000 and £2,500. So whilst that's not a grand amount of money, it's certainly more than enough to pay the investment of what I've done to date. I know that it's worth pushing forward, and it answers that fundamental question: can you make money in affiliate marketing? Yes, you can. It's a case of just keep pushing hard and heavy and grow the value. That you earn per month that comes in through multiple sources, affiliate earnings or your commissions, and also the value of the website should you want to flip that. Okay. So looking at the last set of columns, the 4 websites between my garden niche, the IBA, the Insight Before Action, the Spices Plate, and my health niche, the only one that was earning was the garden niche. Now, over time, hopefully it'll be interesting to see that across all 4. But more importantly, the EPMV went up, which was quite nice in the garden niche. Even though I'm out of season, I do think a couple of warm days in August changed people's perspective, and therefore they were searching online. I've seen that in some of the peaks in my chart on Ezoic, and I had quite a few people on the site on certain days. So that obviously boosted my EPMV, and that's kind of what I'm going to concentrate on, is for all these numbers, the big data, helicopter view, boiling it all the way down, all that really matters is grow the visitors to your site. If you do that and you see them engaging more, then that will translate to an improved EPMV or RPM, whichever one you've got running, and I'll see it translate into extra money. So I'm just going to focus now between now and Christmas, the next 4 months, on purely pushing content. That's all there is. If there's any comments on that you'd like to, or any questions, sorry, you'd like to ask me, put them in the description below. I'll come back to you. And likewise, if you want to give this video a like, because that will help me on the channel, and subscribe, because obviously I'm trying to produce more and more content, commit this to video and give you value that you can do this as well. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep well and keep pushing hard on that content. See you then.